Everyone, and welcome to Chew on Something,
where we chew on something for the taste buds
and the mind.
Thank you so much for joining us for our 16th episode.
Woo!
Sweet 16.
Yes.
Hey. So this is the food edition. And Cipriana, as usual, concocted something fabulous. What we got?
Today we have stuffed green peppers. Now, stuffed green peppers, obviously, I didn't create the invention of the glorious stuffed green peppers, but I did do my own recipe and what I stuffed it with.
Oh, okay.
So for this one, it's a lot of simple ingredients, but it does take a little bit of prep time just because I grill it in the pan. So what you'll need is...
I can attest.
Yeah.
Smelling all that fabulousness in the kitchen and then waiting, the patient game. It's worth it though.
So you'll need mushrooms, and it doesn't matter whatever particular mushroom is your favorite. I have portobello mushrooms, but honestly, if I want to talk about mushrooms, wild mushrooms are my...
Achilles heel?
Yes. Portobello mushrooms grow really nice in the pan because I use a little bit of olive oil and I use a little bit of butter for seasoning.
And it's great because mushrooms, especially if you're a vegetarian or you're vegan, mushrooms have this sort of meaty consistency texture to it.
Yes.
Which is great.
It's very delicious, and it does have, as you said, a meaty consistency. So the taste, if you're missing that taste of some kind of meat, mushrooms really can take the place of that. So you'll need mushrooms, you'll need feta cheese. I have a mix of quinoa, so I have red and white quinoa. Tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, but you can use any kind of tomatoes that you want, cherry tomatoes, whatever. Red onions, and then I have a Caesar Romano dressing. And for me, whenever I'm grilling something, I love taking just a tablespoon or two and using some type of salad dressing to season, whatever I'm making. So it's really good if you're grilling something.
But just a dollop, you don't want to drench it.
No, because back in the day, I used to make a salad, and let me tell you, a side of salad with that dressing, because that's how much I would drench my salads and whatever I had.
Pizza salad, pizza is great, but it's not healthy for you.
Right.
And some people make their salads, but they think, because I'm having greens, this is really healthy, but they have all this other ingredients that aren't healthy. So makes the salad unhealthy.
Yes. I mean, there are ways that you can make a pizza healthy, but in general, when we think of pizzas, it's not something you should be eating every day. But if you had a cauliflower crust and you
I'm talking about the kind of pizza, y'all, that you love to eat, and it's not no damn cauliflower crust. See,
TK's look, y'all, I'm talking about an actual pizza, the pizza that you enjoy eating.
They can be healthy, depending if you have some cauliflower crust. No, that's not the type of pizza I'm talking about.
Or if you have a whole grain dough, because a lot of times the reason why doughs are so unhealthy in regular pizzas because they contain all these processed ingredients. But if you have whole grain grains to make, it can be healthy. But yes, you're right. I mean, when we generally talk about pizza, yes, it's not
I love where your mindset is, though.
I know. Technically, you can make anything healthy,
Not anything. You can't make donuts healthy.
Well,
you can?
Yeah. I mean, there's ways that you can make a healthy donut. I mean, you wouldn't want to be eating it every day, but you could use, whole food ingredients to make a really good donut that's not full of all the processed crap.
Sounds like a donut I don't want. I'm learning.
Okay.
It'd be great. You don't know until you try it, right?
Yes.
I won't judge.
And then also cilantro. Did I
Okay.
say cilantro?
Maybe.
Okay, and then green peppers. The green peppers I ordered are a bit on the smaller side. I actually like the more larger green peppers, but this will do for our recipe because you stuff them, so they're quite hefty.
Right. They're cute.
They're cute.
Green peppers are really good. You know, I learned something about a green pepper. It has this chemical compound called lutein. Lutein is the
nerd
compound.
alert.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nerd alert. Nerd alert. Nerd alert. Yeah, so it contains this chemical compound called lutein, which you find in the coloring of like carrots or cantaloupe or eggs, and it helps improve eyesight. Right?
Oh, like carrots.
Yes, like carrots.
similar
It's the same
to-
compound that's found in carrots.
Oh, wow.
So it helps improve eyesight. And like I said, I need all the help I can get. So, and I'm not a big fan of carrots.
Right.
Albeit I love carrot juice.
Right.
But I love green peppers. So I didn't even know that. It's packed with iron and vitamin C, which helps the body absorb iron better.
Yes.
You know, all kinds of fun facts about these green peppers.
Yeah, the green peppers are really good for you. And I know also, too, because I put them in the oven, I actually bake them a little bit longer than I wanted to because I actually like the green peppers a little more like half-baked, leaning towards the more raw. These were a bit more soft for me because I was trying to multitask while I was cooking, and obviously that did not work. So I left them in a little bit longer than I wanted to.
Oh, because you like them more, a little firmer.
Firmer,
on the
yes.
crunch side. Okay.
Because then they start to lose their like really green
shape.
color and their shape, and yes. But it will do.
Like some of us during COVID, y'all. You know, I lost my shape. Yeah, I can relate to these green bell peppers. You know, lost their shape.
But they're still holding on strong.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. Lost my shape, it's still holding on strong. I'm getting back though.
And then also too, because I intermittent fast every day.
I do too, but not on purpose.
Or and I think sometimes when I tell people I intermittent fast, they're like, "Oh, well, no, because it's not calorie restriction." So even though I eat maybe like 1 to 2 large meals, generally 2 meals a day, I don't restrict my calories.
Right.
So, I'm not eating 6, 7 times a day, which is horrible because it raises you continually to up and down with your blood sugar levels. It's just not good for your body. That's how a lot of autoimmune diseases are created by that constant raising up and down of the blood sugar. So
Okay.
I do intermittent fasting every day, and I'm hungry. That was the point of that. but I do have to say that fasting, like prolonged fasting, like if you can do anywhere between like 48 to 72 hours, so that's 2 to 3 days. You're not doing this every week. I would suggest maybe
Once a year?
yeah, some people do like a prolonged, like a 3 or 4 day once a year.
Okay.
Some people do a 48 hour. So the longer that you can do a fast, like anywhere between over 48 to 72, your body starts to regenerate cells. So it will start to regenerate new cells. It'll actually start to clean up the cells within your body. Researchers from MIT discovered this, like the longer the fast, the more the cells regenerate and also cleans up the cells that you have within your body.
And it gives your body time to digest the food that it ate.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So, yeah. I actually wanted to go in a lot more about the benefits of fasting and intermittent fasting, maybe for another episode, because for me, it really, really helped me along my journey, my health journey.
I know some health benefit changes. Using the colonizer, but intermittent fasting, and working out.
Yes. She's doing wonderful. She's doing so amazing.
Thank you.
You are.
Thanks, sis.
And you're, like I said before, you're doing it in the right way. You're not trying to rush things. You're eating healthy, not eating late at night. You're working out, but steady, not doing it, overdoing it, where you can cause yourself injury. You're awesome. You're doing so
Thank
amazing.
you. Tell me more.
Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So what happens is I grill the green peppers. I put them in the oven.
Okay.
Preheat the oven to 400, and I would leave them in. I think I left them in way too long. I left them in probably like about an hour, and I would do about 30 minutes.
Right.
But again, some people like their green peppers like this, so maybe you might
sure.
want to leave it in the
I
softer
think
the green
30
pepper.
minutes is a good starting point.
Yes, I think so too. So you grill your green peppers, and then for the stuffing, going to need to grill the mushrooms first. So I put a little butter, a little olive oil, and I grill the mushrooms until they get a crispy brown or whatever degree of softness or crispiness that you like your mushrooms. Some people prefer their mushrooms more raw. For the stuffing, I prefer them more crispy, just so they take on like a meaty consistency.
Right.
And I wait till it gets that golden brown. Then I throw in the quinoa. So I throw in the quinoa in the pan.
Okay.
And this quinoa was already like pre-prepped, so pre-cooked.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, so
Cuts
it
down on
makes
prep
it
time.
yes, it really cuts down on prep time. But you can make your own quinoa, and do all the things, boil it, whatever. But this was a pre-prepped quinoa, so I throw that in the pan with the mushrooms, the olive, and a little bit of butter. Wait till it gets a little bit crispy, and then I throw in the red onions last and the tomatoes last because I still like those a little bit raw.
Right.
I think it tastes better.
But what you taught me is that tomatoes activate those nutrients when they're cooked.
Yes. When you're cooking tomatoes, there's a certain chemical that releases that would not have been released if you didn't cook it. So it involves some kind of heat process to release that chemical, which is really super beneficial for your immune system. Yes. Oh, good memory.
Oh, we have tomatoes a lot, so
Yeah.
I remember.
TK's
I mean, I like tomatoes.
TK's like, I've seen a lot of tomatoes.
Not complaining. I like tomatoes.
So I'll throw the red onions, then the tomatoes in the pan. And then once all that is sauteed, I'll turn it off. And then I'll add the Caesar dressing.
Okay.
And you can actually use any kind of dressing of your choice. I chose a Caesar Romano dressing, and you only need 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons max.
Dollop.
Yes, a dollop. So you only need 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons max of any kind of dressing of your choice. But I chose a Caesar Romano dressing, and I put that in the pan and I mix it all around within all the ingredients. And then I also throw in the feta cheese.
Okay.
So once that's sitting in the pan, then I get my green peppers and I just stuff them a little bit around the edge, a little flowering of the ingredients just for aesthetic taste.
You don't want to stuff yourself eating. Well, you can stuff those green bell peppers.
Yes. Stuff to your heart's delight.
I don't know if sometimes you don't notice like I make it look like I dislike it, but it's called stank face. And stank face means that you love something. And that was my stank face. This is delicious, sis.
Thank you. I'm so glad you like it.
It's really flavorful.
Yeah, it is. Like also with cilantro as well. I love cilantro. Oh my gosh. And we made a recipe before, and a lot of the flavor of cilantro is actually in the stems. So whenever you're using cilantro, if you just take a piece and like eat the stem versus the leaf, you'll see that there's so much more flavor in the actual stem versus the leaf.
Oh, wow.
So you should definitely use the stems, but some people like a less cilantro taste, so you could just stick with the leaves as well. I love cilantro, so it all goes in.
What were you saying? Just kidding.
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm sorry, I was some food heaven. I can't hear you right now. That's delicious.
Thank you, sis. I'm so glad you like it.
I don't like it. I love it.
That makes me happy. I remember one time we did a show, and she's like, It was the only time I didn't get like a really like, woo. I mean, she liked it, but
I didn't like it.
She didn't like love it,
I
love
love
it.
it.
But
I
she
like that.
she loves this one. So
Oh, that's
it makes
fun.
me happy.
I love most of yours. I think it was just, what, 1 out of 15 so far? That's pretty good numbers.
Those odds are
And
pretty
also
good.
what she remembers.
Isn't it always that way? It's not the
Not
other
the 14
15
other ones where I was like, oh, that was great.
It's that one where I was like,
That's delicious.
thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's wrap this up so we can eat.
I know. So, I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
It was a quick.
It's really flavorful. And you didn't use much seasoning, right?
No, I didn't. I did use a little bit of ground black pepper and a pinch of Himalayan sea salt.
Okay.
Which I love.
Okay. That's delicious.
Yeah.
So I guess next week will be our last one before holiday break.
Yes.
Right?
It'll be our last episode before we take a little bit of an extended holiday break.
Exactly. Because Cipriana going to Australia.
Yeah, I'm going to Australia, y'all. Going to Australia for 5 weeks with my love. Can't wait. I'm so excited. I love Australia. They have some good food there.
Yeah.
They sure do. And a lot of good healthy food options too,
Okay.
as well. But just good food in general. So I'm looking forward to seeing those beaches and eating some food.
Send me notes.
But I also be keeping up my fitness and eating healthy too.
Of course.
Yeah.
You don't doubt it. So, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, as always, we really appreciate the love and support.
Yes. Truly appreciate it.
And we'll see you soon on
Chew.
On Something.